Hello everyone, before this video starts I need to make an apology. For some reason I decided to put my camera on autofocus, wouldn't you believe it, it decided not to focus properly, so that's the last time I'm probably doing that again. But yeah, if you can put up with this, then it's all good. But yeah, enjoy the video guys. Look man, it's been a while since you said hello to the people, Loca man. Look how big you are, Loca man. Yeah, you got anything to say to the people at home, man? Look at the little beans. Respect the beans. Hello there, internet dwellers. Welcome back to another video. Today we are reacting to one video, and this one is interesting because I used to watch animated horrors, stuff like Llama Arts, you know, all that Onesie Entertainment, all those like animated horror channels, and I haven't really done that in a while. And this one is like a Gmod SFM, I guess they kind of make a little film out of the creepypasta that's being narrated. So we're going to be checking that out today. It's a video by Cirky, and it's called SFM Creepypasta, the strangest security tape I've ever seen. Now before we get into the video guys, I just want to address something. Look, I know my eyes, they're bad, okay? I look tired all the time. It's just how I am, okay? Since I was a kid, if you look at a picture of me as a child, I've had these since I was about 7. I don't know why, okay? I don't know why. Apparently it's something to do with the blood vessels underneath or the skin tears, really, I don't know, okay? I can't really do much about it, but you know, it is what it is. You'll know if I'm tired, because I won't be making videos, basically. Anyway, we're just gonna jump into this video. Nice chilled video today. Be sure to go subscribe to Cirky. I'm a creepypasta.
I work at a gas station in rural Pennsylvania. It's a boring job, but it's pretty easy and it pays all right.
Okay.
A few weeks ago, this new guy started. I'll call him Jeremy.
Wait, why is there like toilet rolls and kitchen towels behind the counter?
He's about 25 or 26, and he hardly speaks, but he's got the creepiest laugh I've ever heard. My boss and I have both noticed this, but it's never been a problem. There's not much that we can do about it. Customers have never complained about him, and he's always done his job fairly well, up until a few weeks ago.
Okay.
Anyway, that's when things started going missing.
Uh-oh.
Employee theft can be a problem.
Jeremy, what are you doing? What are you doing, Jeremy?
At any business that sells consumer goods, and...
That's true. Someone that I worked with, back when I was working in a bakery, was fired for eating a muffin. Even though, like, even the managers and stuff, like, would take, like, a cake home. It's because, apparently the shop was... I don't know, the shop needed security footage. So they came in pretending to be fixing something, but they hidden cameras all around the shop, and then that's how they caught her, which is weird.
There's only one person working at a time at this gas station. It's a pretty small place. About 2 weeks ago, my boss started noticing that we were short on motor oil. At first, it was a few containers at a time. Then
motor oil,
entire shelves and boxes from the back room.
The dude's drinking
Pretty soon,
them.
entire shipments would be gone the day after.
Bro, you need to...
We got.
Okay.
They would always be right after Jeremy's shifts.
Jeremy?
My boss has checked the security camera tapes from every single night that he worked, but he could never catch him in the act. Jeremy would lock up at closing, then the motor oil would be gone the next day.
Huh.
My boss usually takes the tapes home with him to try to catch Jeremy stealing. But his daughter had a softball game last night, so he asked me to watch the tapes for him.
Uh-oh.
He offered to pay me overtime.
Jesus. That's more than overtime, unless...
For the table. So obviously, I took the offer.
Okay.
There were 3 cameras, so he gave me 3 different tapes to check. I figured it would be a long night, but I'm trying to see...
you can just, like, fast forward and just look at the things that you're trying to see, keep an eye on them, fast forward through, and then if you see anything going on, you play from there. You don't have to watch all the way through. It's like Paranormal Activity. The one thing that I did not know about, like, that I didn't think through with Paranormal Activity was each night after, he would review the tapes, but sometimes it would be like little minuscule sounds or little things happening, and I think, is this guy literally watching like 6 hours of content just all the way through? It makes no sense to, like, this guy would have no spare time, you know what I mean? But maybe it's something else, I don't know.
Vacation, so I really needed the money. I took the tapes home, popped them in an old VCR, and sat back.
Gotta love VCRs,
2 days
man.
ago, the last time he worked. Jeremy started at 4 p.m. Everything seemed pretty normal at first. He counted up his drawer, switched off with a girl who had worked before him, and waited for a customer. The first person who came in was Mrs. Templeton.
Mrs.
The timestamp on
Templeton.
the video read 4:03. It was regular. So she picked up her cigarettes and a newspaper and paid with a 20. Nothing unusual here. Next customer was some local guy named Ron. He drives a motorcycle, usually comes in every few days.
It's pretty
He filled
cool.
up his tank. Got a big bag of beef jerky, paid with his credit card, and left. Next was some guy with a cowboy hat. I'd never seen him before. We get plenty of strangers passing through. It's like any gas
It's
station.
like Jake from
He had
DBD.
$40 worth of diesel fuel, paid with a $100 bill, went on his way. I sat back and I sighed.
I love how this guy doesn't change out of his uniform either. He's really focused.
Only thing more boring than doing this job is watching someone else do it.
Yeah.
My boss's offer was enough to keep me watching, though. So I left the tape on. Everything seemed pretty normal. I had a feeling that if Jeremy were stealing motor oil, he knew we were suspicious of him by now. I didn't expect him to be dumb enough to let us catch him on camera. Things stayed boring and routine until about 5 o'clock.
Okay.
At 5:03, Mrs. Templeton came back in. She must have forgot something, but she didn't. She bought the same pack of cigarettes as before. The same newspaper.
What?
She paid with another 20. That's odd, I thought, but then again, she's a little absent-minded.
She
I
got
thought
two of the
Jeremy
same
should've told her,
magazines.
since she already got her smokes, but it's not against the rules to sell somebody the same thing twice. And that's when Ron came in again. He bought another tank of gas for his motorcycle again. I later checked the outdoor camera because I thought maybe he had another car he wanted to fill up.
Jeez.
And the same pack of beef jerky. He paid
Stuck
with
in
his
a time
credit card
loop.
again. No big deal. I figured this was just a weird coincidence. Mrs. Templeton is forgetful. Ron...
There was that film actually that I watched. It was like a horror film. I forgot what it was called, but it was about they go to this kind of camp and it's like a cult camp. But it turns out that within this camp there are like pockets of time that repeat itself over and over again. I forgot what it was called, but it was a really, really interesting story.
and one Harley. And that's when the guy in the cowboy hat came back in.
Oh dear.
I felt a chill run down my spine. Don't get diesel. Don't get diesel. I found myself whispering to my empty living room.
Literally empty, yeah. He just moved in.
$40 worth of diesel fuel, and he paid with another $100 bill.
Jeremy, what's going on,
Every
mate?
move he made was identical to his first visit, right down to the way that he scratched his nose before he walked out. Either the guy is rich and he owns a lot of trucks and just moved into town, or something really bizarre was happening.
No,
kept
too many
watching.
coincidences.
Every customer for the next hour was the same as before. Every single one. I was seriously freaked out, and then at 6:03, Mrs. Templeton walked back in.
Jeez, is it like in
She
an
bought her
hour
cigarettes and
loop?
newspaper again and paid with the 20 again.
This guy ever going to get off shift?
I only watched another half hour before I started fast-forwarding through the rest. It was all the same.
Why don't you just...
Every customer would come in at the exact same time, exactly 1 hour apart. Now, I know what you're thinking. Okay, that sneaky Jeremy had messed with the tapes. He had run a loop of his first hour of business over and over. That wasn't the case. There are windows around the cash register area that the camera covers, and I watched the sunlight fade as the time ran on. Jeremy's routine didn't loop over. He swept, mopped, restocked, and did all his duties exactly how you would expect. But the
Calm
same
down.
customers kept coming in. I was panicked at this point. Something was seriously wrong with what I was seeing, and I had no explanation for it. I skipped ahead, and when he locked up and walked out to his car, he hadn't stolen anything, but I kept watching. Just to make sure. I fast-forwarded one last time to about midnight, and at exactly 12:03, out of nowhere,
She came in?
Jeremy's face popped up on camera.
Oh, good lord.
I don't mean he moved his head into view. I mean that 1 second the store was empty. The next second, his face was all I could see. He wasn't looking at the camera. He was looking at me. I was sure of it. I screamed, and I fumbled for the remote. But by the time I grabbed it, he was gone.
Oh.
Just as soon as he had left. One frame he was there, next he wasn't.
Do you rewind?
My hands were shaking like crazy, but I popped in another tape. The other indoor camera shows the back area, by the cash register, and I'd be able to see how he got up to put his face in the camera like that. I skipped ahead to 12:03, but there was nothing.
It's going to be him
I
in
would have
this
been able
camera.
to see him standing on a chair or something on this tape, but he wasn't there.
Oh dear.
I didn't see him enter the store at all after he left. It's like he wasn't really there. He doesn't know the security code. There's no alarms that were triggered that night after he locked up. What I did see,
Interesting.
however, was that at 12:03, the motor oil vanished off the shelf, all of it. Same as Jeremy's face. One second it was
Skinamarink.
there, the next it wasn't. I turned the tape off and I went to bed. But I didn't get a wink of sleep. My body was exhausted right now, but my mind was racing. That tape was undoubtedly the creepiest, most disturbing thing I've ever seen in my life.
Okay.
I work in a few hours. My boss asked me to bring the tapes back in and let him know what I found. But really, Really, what the hell am I going to say?
Nothing.
Jeremy works the night shift tonight, directly after me. Plan is for my boss to come in just before I leave and confront him with me, and I'm supposed to be the one who caught him stealing. I have no idea what I'm going to do. I suppose I'll have to show my boss the tapes, but I don't want to watch them with him. I never want to see anything like that again. I can't get the image of Jeremy just smiling directly into the camera out of my mind. It was the creepiest look I've ever seen on another human being's face.
All right, Jesus.
Anyway, I'll try again to get some last minute sleep before I have to go in and deal with this. I'll let you guys know what happened.
Here we go.
Update.
What happened?
2:49 p.m. Updating from my phone, so apologies in advance for any errors, but my boss just finished watching the last of the tapes. I told him what to expect.
Did he see what?
I really can't prepare someone for
God.
something like that.
Ah!
I mean, he's scared, speechless. I still am too, and Jeremy is due to come in at 4. Got a little over
what's
an
the
hour to get our stuff
explanation?
together, but neither of us knows what to say to him. Is he just like a messed up guy who likes to steal motor oil and scare the hell out of people, or is he something else? I don't know if
Jeremy.
this is crazy.
He's
but
just
does anyone
Jeremy, man.
Does anyone think that he could have anything to do with the time loop?
Time
My
loop.
boss says he never noticed anything like that in the other tapes.
Interesting.
The way that
just
he
the one
popped up
tape.
in this one made me think that he knew I would be watching, like he wanted me to see what he could do, like he was showing off or something. The way he smiled into the camera was like a little kid showing you a sandcastle they just built or something. I don't know. Probably sound crazy.
You do sound crazy.
I sure feel that part. I gotta talk to my boss some more. We have to calm ourselves down and figure out how to handle this. I'll update again tonight, but I have a really bad feeling about how this is going to play out.
You're gonna get killed by a demon.
Update.
That's what's happening.
4:33 p.m.
Here we go.
There's no sign of Jeremy. I tried calling him, but his phone has been disconnected. We're calling the police. Update. 5:33 p.m.
Calling the police and saying
No
what?
sign of Jeremy. Tried calling him, but his phone has been disconnected. We're calling the police.
They're in a time loop.
6:33 p.m. No sign of Jeremy. Tried calling him, but his phone has been disconnected. We're calling the police. Update. 7:33 p.m. No sign of Jeremy. Tried calling him, but his phone has been disconnected.
They just stood
We're
there.
calling the police. Update. 8:33 p.m. No
They're
sign of
stuck.
Jeremy. Tried calling him, but his phone has been disconnected. We're calling the police. Update. 10:58 p.m.
10:58.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I just got home. I saw my previous updates. Things make less sense now than ever. Okay, here's what I can tell you.
Oh, here we go.
Okay, I went to work. Jeremy never showed up. My boss and I decided to call the police.
It's 5 different
As
times.
you're well aware.
Oh god.
When I picked up the phone to call, though, the sun went out.
What?
I'm not making that up, okay? That's what I thought happened. Apparently, I blacked out for exactly 5 hours because when I looked at the clock, it was 9:33. I think I got stuck in Jeremy's time loop. And then I snapped out of it at the exact point I blacked out.
Jeez.
If that makes any sense. But that's where things got really weird, okay? My boss was right next to me when I blacked out, ready to corroborate my story to the cops. And when I came to, the phone was in my hand, but it was dead. Not even dial tone. My boss was still right there, but he wasn't moving. He was standing
Stuck in
up and he
time.
was frozen. And I looked at the clock and it wasn't
He's actually stuck in
moving. The
time.
second hand was stuck on the 12. It was 9:33 exactly.
Oh.
The clock on the counter, the computer screen wasn't moving either. My phone was frozen. There was even a customer at the register waiting for my boss to get him cigarettes, and that would have been his 5th pack of the day.
Jeez.
So I got the hell out of there. I didn't lock up. I didn't turn the lights out, and
He got out of the
sorry,
time
Gus, I didn't
loop.
grab the security tapes to upload to the internet. Believe me, that was the last thing that was on my mind. The gas station is on a major highway, and cars are parked all along, except they weren't parked. Okay, they were frozen. The people inside were sitting still as wax statues. I got in my car, I prayed that it would start, and thankfully it did. And about halfway home, time started up again. The static from the radio turned into music, like it was supposed to be. And from what I
Okay.
could tell by listening to the host talk in between songs, no one noticed that the time was frozen or
Bro, you got a
whatever had
superpower.
happened.
Damn.
I was the only one.
That must have been awkward driving home because there must have been like cars in the road that you had to swerve
But
around.
Jeremy noticed as well. I have no idea where he is or what he's doing, and I'm hiding in my room. I'm calling the police again in the morning. I don't know if I...
Listen, if you call the police and say, oh, listen, there's this man, and then there's these customers that keep coming in every single hour, they buy the same things, then he smiled at the camera, and then the gas oil vanished, and then the time froze, and then I drove home. they're going to put you in a straitjacket and throw you in a padded cell. Okay? Just keep it to yourself, mate.
I never got through them before, but if I did, whether they took me seriously or not, I'm scared for my life at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I'll update tomorrow if I can.
He died.
Final update.
Oh, okay.
10:33.
Ooh, 10:33 a.m.
So I finally fell asleep last night around 4. I have no idea how I did it. I guess exhaustion finally got the best of me.
Mm-hmm.
This morning I woke up to my phone ringing. It was my boss. He'd been calling.
Where have you been?
He woke up in time.
What have you done to them?
And immediately called the cops. They came by to see what was wrong. He told them everything. The police around here are all small-time guys. They were more concerned with the missing motor oil than anything. My boss figured that he'd take it. You know, as long as he had their attention. They decided to go look for Jeremy.
Okay. Are they going to get stuck now in this time
We keep
loop?
all our employee applications on file. And since Jeremy just started working here, his was easy to find. They checked the address on it and they headed over to his house.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not going to believe what they found.
What did they find?
The address Jeremy listed on his application was an empty lot.
Ooh.
Or at least it is now. And there used to be a house there, but it burned down back in 1993. Being a small town, almost everyone remembers that fire.
Okay.
A family of 4 used to live there way back when. Rumor has it that they had an estranged son who they never really talked about.
Oh.
Can't say for sure if that's true. What I can say is true is that after an insurance investigation, the fire was ruled as arson.
The kid did it.
The entire house was soaked in oil.
Wow.
And torched
Oh.
with a Molotov
Okay.
cocktail. The entire family was sleeping when it happened. None of them
Interesting.
survived. They never caught the guy who did it. Rumor has it that when they tried to contact the estranged son, no one could find him. Anyway, my boss called and told me this, and I freaked out, and he asked me to come to the gas station. So, what are you, crazy? I said, but he assured me that the cops were there with him. And then he dropped a bomb.
What? Why would he drop a
FBI
bomb?
were also in town, and they were going to talk to me one way or another, so I might as well come in.
Oh, God. You know, if the
It was about
FBI is involved,
7:15,
something fishy's
And I
happening.
wanted to go back to bed, so I figured I wouldn't be able to sleep much more anyway. So I went down. 4 men in suits greeted me, told me to have a seat. We
Have
went
a
over
seat,
everything
young
2 or 3
man.
times until they got all the details down. I told them about Jeremy, the security tapes last night at work, everything.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, after finishing, one of the agents says, "Oh, Christ, we've got another one on our hands."
A looper.
Then they made me sign a bunch of papers saying I wouldn't tell anybody about what happened. So I can't say much more. I might be breaking the law just by posting this. So I'm home now. I'm not sure what to do with myself. The agent's words when I told him the story are going to haunt me for the rest of my life.
Well, what did they say?
Anyway, I've got to go. I've got some errands to run today, and then I have to go into work to pick up some tapes. My boss and I think this new guy, Jeremy, he's a complete creep. He's stealing motor oil, and I have to watch the security footage to see if I can catch him doing it. I have better things to do, but my boss is paying me overtime under the table. I'm trying to save up for vacation, so I could really use the money. It should be pretty simple.
He's stuck
Oil
in a
always goes missing right after his shifts. I figure I'll just watch the tapes, catch him in the act, and that'll be that.
He's stuck in a loop. But what, does it keep happening? Like, the agents, are they in it too? Like, they're in the loop and they're like, oh God, we got another one, but it's just the same one and they don't remember? That's crazy. That's a creepy ending, man. I like that. That's cool. Yeah, this was obviously different because it's... But I enjoy, like... Sometimes when I listen to these stories, it's hard to picture what's actually happening. That's why I liked watching animated ones. But with these ones, I guess... Obviously, it's a little bit goofy because of the character models and stuff. But it's enjoyable. And if you guys want me to react to more kind of SFM creepypastas, let me know because this is really freaking cool. And I'm going to subscribe to Serki. You guys should too, like the video, all that good stuff. Hopefully you did enjoy. If you did, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more reaction content like this, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, guys.